A couple of days ago, a trailer was released for the Super Mario Bros. Movie that's coming from Illumination Studios on April 7th, 2023. I was out of town the last couple days, so I wasn't able to make a video on it, but I'm able to now. So, let's get right into this. The first thing that is shown is basically a floating island, Bowser's floating island, apparently, and Bowser in this movie is voiced by Jack Black. You wouldn't be able to tell just by the trailer, because you can tell they are not making Bowser this huge joke, I guess, which I kind of expected when you cast a comedy actor like Jack Black in the role, but he seems to be trying to make his Bowser as intimidating as possible, and like I said, you would never be able to tell that that's Jack Black. Hell, I'd forgotten it was Jack Black, so yeah, that was really cool. And then you see the Penguin tribe, I guess? I don't know what to call them, the little Penguin City, and they fight back with snowballs, and that's already pretty funny, but this scene also shows that Bowser's not fucking around. He's not here for laughs, he's here to dominate everybody. He freaking blows up their entire city, essentially, just by breathing fire, and that is some pretty badass shit right there. And he, of course, takes the Power Star. And now, something I do have to mention right off the bat, this movie looks phenomenal. The animation, the colors are vibrant. It's trying to combine the styles of the Illumination animation, because they do have a very specific style, with the style of the Mario games, especially the more modern ones, the 3D ones. I'm getting a lot of, like, Odyssey vibes from it, that game that came out a few years ago, and I'm totally okay with that. I love how this movie looks. And then we get introduced to Mario, voiced by Chris Pratt. And this has been one of the most controversial casting choices in a long while. Which is bullshit, because some of the most controversial casting choices that should have been the most controversial are the ones that get you labeled as racist. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Go check out this video for more information. And I was a little thrown off when I heard this at first. Chris Pratt's one of my favorite actors out there, but even when I heard this casting, I thought, really? This is what you went with? But I was still looking forward to it. I was still curious to see what he'd do, and of course, people are making fun of his voice, but honestly, I don't have a problem with it. I like the voice he's doing for Mario. It's more akin to the Super Mario Bros. Show from the 90s, where he had kind of like a Brooklyn accent. So, and it's like the same thing with the 93 movie. This can't be worse than the 93 movie, let me tell you. Even though I do think Bob Hoskins was actually a pretty good choice for Mario, I will say that. John Leguizamo was a shit choice for Luigi. And I do have to bring up something with this asshole first, is that John Leguizamo, is, of course, complaining about Chris Pratt being casted in the role because he's not Italian enough, he's white. Yet this is the same Latino that was cast as an Italian plumber back in 1993. He, of course, got clowned for this, because anybody who tries to pull this kind of stunt nowadays will, and thank God for that. Because John Leguizamo, not only is he not very funny and not a very good actor, I think he's incredibly overrated. He's one of the biggest douchebags in Hollywood, and that's one of the things. It's like that Violent Night movie with David Harbour, that Christmas movie. Honestly, I'd be a lot more interested in seeing that, just to see what they do with it, if it did not have John Leguizamo. But moving on, and then we get introduced to Toad, and they do a reference to the poisonous mushrooms. I don't remember which game that was from, but it doesn't matter. Voiced by Keegan-Michael Key, and it's pretty good. Again, the voice acting in this movie looks pretty good so far. I like Pratt's Mario, even if other people don't. I like Black's Bowser. I like Key's Toad. And we get some cool landscapes and everything from the Mario games. Like, especially we see the Mushroom Kingdom. It looks great. At the end of the trailer, we see Luigi being chased by a bunch of dry bones. He's voiced by Charlie Day, but we don't hear him talk. And noticeably missing from this trailer, I do have to mention there's the wizard guy. Can't remember his name. I don't know who voices him, but he's briefly in the beginning of the trailer. But I don't know what's wrong with my eye. But noticeably missing from this trailer is Princess Peach and Donkey Kong, voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy and Seth Rogen. Now, Anya Taylor-Joy seems like a perfect casting for Princess Peach to me. I think she could play her in live action too if they had gone that direction. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I hate Seth Rogen. I think he's a shit person. I don't think he's very funny either. But we'll wait and see. I suppose there's not a ton else to talk about with this trailer, but I do have to say, I'm super pumped for this movie. I already was like, you know what? I'm gonna see it no matter what, even if I thought this movie looked terrible, because it's a big movie. I'm gonna have to review it, so it's not like I was ever going to not see this movie. But when the movie was announced, I thought this had a lot of potential. I like literally half of Illumination's stuff. I think half the stuff they put out has been absolute garbage, and the other half has been decent to really good. Like, the Despicable Me movies are good. I like the Sing movies well enough. I think the second one is far superior. I like the Grinch animated movie, and the second Minions I thought was pretty decent. But the first Minions was terrible. The Secret Life of Pets movies can burn in a trash heap. So can the Lorax, and so can Hop. There's one I'm missing, but it really doesn't matter. So yeah, that's the Super Mario Brothers trailer. But like I said, I'm super pumped for this movie. I'm gonna do like a top 10 most anticipated films of 2023, and I'll probably also be doing another video of films I'm dreading coming in 2023, and you know what films will be on there. But this will probably end up being on the most anticipated list. So, yeah, what do you guys think of this trailer? Are you looking forward to this movie? Are you not going to see the movie? Are you going to go to the comments just to bitch about Chris Pratt as Mario? And if you're going to do that, your comment will not stay on, because I really don't want to look at those. I've seen enough of those stupid comments. So, yeah, that's all I got, and I have some reviews to catch up on. So, I'll see you in whichever one I make.